Good morning, my spreadsheet family. We'll spend a little bit of time on capital budgeting or investment appraisals. I'll look at profitability index, internal rate of return, payback period, and obviously NPV. Okay. So assume that the project life is for 7 years. We can do this. So we start with let's say operating cash flows. Try to be fairly quick. Very well. We say here we have $80,000. $160,000. Sorry. $90,000. $5,000. And maybe we have 5,000. Have 10,000. 400. That's a bit too much. Okay. Then you say your tax is how much? Okay, let's say 35%. And this tax. Okay. So tax here. Cause max 0 amount and minus tax. So this formula that we put there, it's a validation of some kind that if the operating cash flows are in negatives or it's an outflow, it should not compute tax. So if it's negative, the maximum will be 0, so it will be 0 times the tax rate, and you still get 0. Thank you. this. Just put a bit of some border. Some borderline. After today is very sticky. And so and here will come the capital outlay. Investment. So we'll subject this to, let's say you have what? Let's say it is 700,000 that you have invested. Then maybe of the terminal value, basically just crop in the 7th year. No, maybe 5,000. Then you've also invested in working capital. The first year, you've invested in about, start with just 50,000. Which will be released in the last year. You can decide, it could be the 3rd, 4th, whatever. Saying it is in the last year. So okay. And now here you have your free cash flows. They say presentation is key, and that's what we're trying to do here. So we are taught that the cost of money is 10%. Then now we need to get our internal rate of return. So we need to get our internal rate of return. what you say IRR, and pick all these numbers. This investment looks a bit good, but then there's a margin of safety of about 11%, that is 21% IRR minus cost of capital. So it gives you about a margin of safety of 11% before you step into negatives. Then we can look at the PV. Future cash flows. Which will be equals NPV. You start from a year of commercial operation, not during construction. Should have put the rate. I should have put the rate. Okay. So that's future cash flows. And we can now get our NPV. So our NPV will be because the NPV formula, you pick the rate, what's the rate? Cost of money rate, which could be what? And pick the future. So this formula basically is helping us in getting the future cash flows, then plus your cost of capital, your initial investment, that is in both working capital and capital outlay. So this becomes our NPV. Okay. From there now we do our profitability index. We compute the profitability index, which is basically the PV divided by the initial investment. This initial investment is both capex and the working capital. So we'll pick the present value there, divided by minus this. It will be relevant in some way to compute your profitability index and the NPV. N of the two, if your NPV is positive, meaning that your profitability index is above 1, that's what it means. And if you are trying to compare two projects or 3 using profitability index, you pick the one that has a higher profitability index. Similarly, you can ignore profitability index and look at NPV and pick the one that actually extracts a higher NPV. So anyway, you can still do all these metrics, but it doesn't really mean anything unless you pick one out of, or one of the two either. But not either, is it? Or you pick one of the two. Okay, then now we come to payback to what is this? Payback period. there is no function whatsoever that you can use to compute payback period, like dedicated function. So what you're supposed to do is to create a bit of some technique. We're going to use some technique. We're going to use two techniques just to give us payback period. Different techniques, different methods. So go back to payback. Good. So the first thing that we're going to do, guys, or what you're supposed to do, and this is what we do in the corporate world, is to come up with cumulative cash flows. The formula is very easy, equals sum peak in year 0, full colon, fix the other one, then you lock the first part. Yes. Copy. Okay. So from there now, some flags. This will be flags. I'll say method 1. So the first one, we'll do this. Let me start with the one that is a bit complex. We'll say equals if this amount here is greater than 0. If it is, put 1. Otherwise, put 0. Method 2. During construction, you just type 1. During construction, you type 1. Then now, here, change, you say equals if this is greater than 0. It's greater than 0. Put 0, otherwise put 1. Slightly different. Yeah. And okay, yeah. Okay. So again, here, I'll do like this. So these are flags, so I don't want to emphasize them more. So then I'll say method 1. So on method 1, we'll do this, guys. We'll say equals index. What do I want to pick? I want to pick these years here. Comma, March. I'll type 1. This one, I'm looking at the flags. It's basically for the flags. Then I'll pick from here up there. Comma 0. I want an exact match. Then I do like this. Then I'll say, I'm trying to make it slightly complex. Then I'll say, if this, which is here, whatever I get in here, if it is greater, than 1, it is greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, comma, then I'll say text, and I'll pick the same one and say is greater than 1, then it should be greater than 1, it should be this, and yes, I hope it works, and yes. That's the first argument, then I'll close it like this. So that's the first part, and I'll do like this. If it is false, then it should be this, and yeah. I hope it works, I hope it works, I hope it works. So what do we do, guys? Let's edit this formula. It looks very weird. Okay, so there's a problem here on text. This is the problem. I shouldn't have brought in this function. What else is the problem? Okay, the whole lot here is just basically a problem. We have to delete this. What do we have to delete? We have to delete this. And we can try now. Okay. But you don't need to put this formula. But what we do when we're creating this model, that's how complex it was. But you don't need, you can just leave it payback period 3 or whatever. You don't need to do that. So here what I was trying to bring in is that if it's just 1 year, it should just show 1 year. If it's more than 1 year, it should show 2 years or 1.5 years and all that. So if I come here and change this, For example, this, we change this capital outlay to 1,000. You should be able to 10,000 to show 2 years here. If we change this to 1 year, should be able to show here 1 year. Interesting, isn't it? So I put 700,000, I think. 7,700,000. My laptop is failing me. What did we have there? Now I'm confused. Was be negative, sorry. Okay. So method 2 on payback period. Method 2, all you do is say equals sum. Let's make this 100. So you have three. You know that formatting of the years, just basically cosmetics. So you have 3 here. So if we change, for example, we change this to the capital outlay to 20,000 or 200,000, we should be able to show two again. Basically, I've asked any questions. If you have any questions, please just drop them in the comment box. Famously called Coach Kaida. I'll definitely find time to respond to your queries. Just wanted to show you how you can particularly model payback period in a real financial model. Thank you so much, and share our YouTube link.